What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. I'm actually back here at my house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Man, white knuckle dry, pouring down rain, windy, and dark. Something as old people with bad eyes just don't have. It's hard on a brother. It's real hard on a brother. But I am back home here. We'll be doing our live stream at 9 o'clock tonight Eastern. So I hope you guys tune in for that. I am ecstatic about the AP All-Pro list. While I was coming back up, I asked my wife. I said, I want to know how do they come up with the All-Pro list? And when she looked it up, it's basically writers across the country that actually come up with the list. Now, I don't know what the difference is between the AP people voting versus, say, the NFL's MVP. I'm surprised that Josh Allen wasn't the second team because that's all you hear on the talking heads and things. But for the Cowboys, I'm actually kind of surprised that we got nine players on the Cowboys as all pros versus San Francisco with only 7. Now, San Francisco had more first team all pros with only 2 second teams. We had 4 first teams and 5 second team, which is huge. The Lions had 5, the Ravens had 6, and the Eagles had 4. So we did really good. Now here's the thing. People know I'm in the tank for Dak Prescott. I've been a Dak Prescott fan since the Senior Bowl in 2016. I think Dak Prescott has been everything that you want in a quarterback, on the field and off the field, and his numbers stand out this year. He has had a phenomenal year. After having a couple seasons with injuries, with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, when you look at when Dak Prescott first came into the league, and they had one of the best offensive lines in football. Now, I'm not sure that our offensive line is really worthy of 3 All-Pros. I'm not sure of that. In some regards, I feel like that sets up the Cowboys to say, oh, well, you're a failure. You had 3 All-Pros. Be it 1 first team and 2 seconds. I'm not sure that Tyron Smith is still an all-pro, but we'll take the honors that we can get. But when you look at the way the offensive line with Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and a healthy Tyron Smith was in 2016, and having the running game that you had with Zeke Elliott and having a Dez Bryant, you looked at that and said, man, you got everything. And even having a Jason Witten, be it in the tail end of his career, it's a little easier than when you don't have those things. Although I will say that Jake Ferguson is getting to that level of Jason Witten in his second year. He's not quite there of Jason Witten's heyday. I will say that CeeDee Lamb has surpassed Dez Bryant, but our running game is lacking, and our offensive line has been literally different lineups on a regular basis where you look at it and say, that's not the best offensive line of football like we've had. One other thing I want to make note of, somebody sent me a clip, somebody had done a video on it where they literally broke down all of the games. If you take, we've heard in past years when Dak Prescott had incredible numbers, they would say, oh, well, they're garbage time, because, they're blowing people out. They're blowing people out. He's just getting garbage time yards and points. Well, you can't say that they were doing that this year because a lot of times, early in fourth quarter, even in some games, third quarter, Dak Prescott was out. And I guarantee you, had Dak Prescott played the whole games like most guys did, he'd probably been over 40 TDs and probably over 5,000 yards passing. It's not a reach. If you're blowing out the Commanders with the left hand up and already had 4 touchdown passes and you play a whole nother quarter, chances are you're getting another touchdown pass. And that's where you look at this and say his numbers are phenomenal. Even with the exception of one game, the San Francisco game is the only game you look at and say that Dak wasn't that good. But even in the loss to the Eagles, it wasn't Dak Prescott. It wasn't Dak Prescott. Now, the fortunate thing is, or maybe it's unfortunate, there's no excuses. This is a must-win for the Dallas Cowboys. You cannot lose to the Green Bay Packers. You cannot lose to the Green Bay Packers. That would be a monumental meltdown, and that would be a reason to fire Mike McCarthy. You have the more advantaged team. You have the players. You have the experience. You've got the better quarterback, although a lot of people try and tell you that Jordan Love is playing on a different level right now. But I'll say, look at the competition. When you talk about playing the Bears and the Panthers and the Giants and things like that, you look a little bit better unless you're the Eagles than you do if you're playing the Dallas Cowboys defense with Micah Parsons. Just saying. They haven't been facing teams like this Dallas Cowboys defense. This defense that'll have more motivation because Dan Quinn might be leaving them. That this team has been hungry all season long. And I think they feel like this is our chance. This is our opportunity. This is what we've been working for. This is why we've been lifting all those weights and going through all those practices and doing all these things. And I honestly feel like this team has come together as a team. I don't know what's going on in Philly, but you can see the polar opposite right now with those guys. It's crazy because, and people get mad at me, well, he's always talking about the Eagles. I'm talking about the Eagles because the Eagles always talking about me. Not so much lately now that they've imploded, but trust me, this time last year, all the way up until the Eagles imploded, Eagle fans were descending on me like cicadas, like locusts, and it was 17 years. They were like a cockroach-infested restaurant. They were literally climbing in my ears, in my nose and stuff. I couldn't sleep. They were here trashing my quarterback, my coach, my players, saying that Micah Parsons wanted to be an Eagle. So you're damn right I'm going to talk about them. You damn right. And if you don't like me talking about them, it's probably because you know I'm right. You know I'm not bullshitting you when I tell you A.J. Brown is a no-show and deletes all social media. Okay? I'm not lying to you when I say that Nick Sirianni right now is coaching for his job and has lost the locker room. I'm not lying to you when I say Jordan Davis is a fat ass that's getting fined every week for being overweight. These are facts. What, you didn't know that?
No, he's a bust. I knew that. He's a bust.
He's more like a bust. Not a bust. He's like the size of a bust. Not that I'm one to talk about somebody being overweight, since I am. But, you know, like Philly 500 said, you know, you pay me $1 million or $2 million, you know, and next year I guarantee you I'll be at my weight that you want me at. I'll lose that weight for a couple $1 million. So, yes, I'm ecstatic about my quarterback being at least second team All-Pro as opposed to Josh Allen. All right, good people. I will see you guys in about an hour for my live stream. Peace.